Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be doing a fun fold card, also called a Z card or a Z card if you're in Canada. This is very simple, very quick and easy card. Just simply folds out. Folds back in, fits in a standard envelope. We're going to use the Frosted Foliage stamp set and the Frosted Frames dies today. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock and you're going to cut it down the center so it measures 11 by 4 1/4. You're going to score it at 5 1/2, fold it in half just like a regular card. You're going to score it again at 2 3/4 and then you fold it back, and that gives you your Z fold. From your designer series paper, I'm using Christmastime is Here designer series specialty paper. It's double-sided, really lots of really nice options for it. What you're going to do is you're simply going to take this and you're going to stick your pieces down. Now your narrow pieces are 2 by 3 3/4 and they're just going to fit in the small sides here. Put both of those on, and your larger piece is 4 by 5 1/4, so they fit framed nicely in your folds. So the folds of the card provide the frames for your designer series paper. You just line it up, pop it in, and that essentially is the card made. What you need to do now is you need to do your greetings and you need to do your inside greeting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a scrap of Whisper White. We're going to use the inside frame. I'm going to use the garden green ink. So you ink up your stamp. You stamp off just to make sure that you've got good coverage, and then stamp in the middle of your scrap. It's less guesswork when you try and put it in the machine. I've got my magnetic base, my first layer of the sandwich. I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to line up my saying, and I need it to go long ways because that's the way the frame is going to get cut out. I just put that to the side, and we're going to use the frame and we're going to cut out of there. So I can run these through, they'll both fit at the same time through. Just line it up, make sure your saying's still lined up, run it through, and as I always do, you run it through, and then you run it back just to make sure that you've got everything cut. Each of these machines is just slightly different, so you just have to get used to yours. And then you take the pieces out. So you've got your greeting for the middle, and you've got your frame. So, and as usual with some of these smaller frames, or the smaller detail bits, the little tiny pieces don't come out. So you just take your foam mat and your brush, and you just roll it over and get those little pieces out. There you go, and you just put that back off to the side. You're going to take this and you're going to glue or tape using the snail adhesive your saying to the card. And there are two sides to this. This side has the snowflake, and this side has the foliage up here and the snowflake on the side, so you can decide which way you'd like it to go. I prefer it to go this way. So I'm just going to line up and center my greeting, put it in. Now, you're going to attach it to the front of your card. And you want your card to open, so you're only going to put adhesive on half of the back. So make sure you've got it the right way. You just put your adhesive on half, and as usual, you run out of adhesive. So you grab another one and you keep going. It's always good to have a couple of rolls of adhesive going. And then you just center it where you'd like it. Stick it on. Now all you need to do is the same for the inside. So you need a piece of Whisper White, 1 3/4 by 3 1/2 long. And what you do is you take your saying. I'm using the Wishing You a Season Full of Family, Friends, and Happiness, putting it in the garden green, stamping off just to make sure. And when you stamp off, you can double check that your stamp lines up. That's the great use of the grid paper, is you can line it up beforehand to make sure that when you stamp it on your piece of paper, it actually does come out straight. So it's done. You're just going to do this with the adhesive that actually has tape in it, and you tape it to the inside, right up close to this side, so it's covered up when you have the card closed, but you've got room to address it and sign it there. So that is your quick and simple, interesting card. Thank you very much for joining. I'll see you next time. If you'd like to purchase any of the products, you can use the links below. Thank you so much.